that I want to tell you today.
Yeah, I'm Francis Germany. And what I've learned from this video is that the lady showed us that being handicapped is not about not having your hands or your feet. To call yourself handicapped, you need to have I would say a dead brain. Like your brain should be handicapped. Yeah.
So that means disability is what?
The brain.
Disability is what? Mental, right? Disability is in your mind, right? Difficulty is in your mind. I want to take two more people exceptionally. Mama Adele and Bridget, Miss Bridget. Miss Bridget is right here, and then you can take Mama Pastor Adele. This video alone can teach us everything.
My name is Bridget Tillman. Despite her handicap, she still has a very grateful heart. She sees the help that her husband provides for her. Some people, when they have the little problem, you have the whole reason to blame the entire world. Yeah, you feel like the whole world is responsible. She's very positive.
She is what? Grateful and positive. Thank you. Mama Adele.
Yes, sweetheart.
What did you learn from this video, Mama?
From the video, I see the possibility behind the disability.
Oh, I think somebody clap for this. This is my mother. You have to, the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree. Mommy, I'm glad to have you as my mom.
Say that again, because that's a word.
That is the word.
The possibility behind the disability.
Yes. See the possibility behind the disability. Can somebody write that down? In fact, why did you come here today? You write just that and you can go home. You have to see the possibility behind the disability. And then, because I'm her daughter and she's my mother, you have to see the opportunity behind the difficulty. Can somebody add that too? I mean, it's like I'm alone here. Like I don't feel anything going on. I don't feel it. American dream.
Yes, it's possible.
Candy, with all the work,
I'm
all the
telling
training,
you, man.
all the rehearsal.
I'm telling you.
American dream.
Yes, it's possible.
American dream.
Yes, I can.
American dream.
Yes, it's possible.
American dream.
Yes, I can.
You have to see the possibility behind the difficulty. And you have to see the opportunity behind the difficulty. You have to see the possibility behind the disability, and you have to see the opportunity behind the difficulty. If there's one thing that I want you to learn tonight, that you have to remember, that is what I want you to remember. The theme of this edition is the 4 keys to turn your past pains into your future gains. And if you were to just use these 2 sentences, and you add to that, if not,
Why not?
Why not?
Why
if
not?
not,
Why not?
if not,
Why not?
you add it to that, you should be good. You should be able to do this, and I wouldn't even need the presentation at all.
Yes.
But before I move forward, I just want to thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I am blessed. I am so touched. I am out of words to explain the kind of gratitude that I'm feeling today. Because we are in a country where white people, they believe in learning. They believe in seminars. They believe in motivational speaking. They believe in training. They believe in mentorship. They believe in coaching. They believe in inspiration. They believe that I can hang around somebody who is successful, and then I would definitely,
Say it again.
if I hang out or hang around someone who is successful, I will more than likely become successful. That is why America is what it is. And that is why people talk about white supremacy. And that is why sometimes people tell me, I don't know why you are a Democrat. You actually live like a true, please put this, a true Republican. Unfortunately, we Africans, we don't have that spirit. So you're here, consider yourself the exception. Can you put your hand
Yes.
For you to come here tonight, I have people in this hall. When Mr. Momaso asked me, we have millionaires in the hall. My sister who traveled all the way from London to come here just for Keywords for Success. Linda Patricia. Can we clap for her? She made the trip to come here. In fact, she traveled from London to Yaoundé and Douala when we're doing the previous editions. This is what I call friendship.
Yes.
When he was talking here and he asked, do we have millionaires in the hall? Nobody lifted their hand. But there's a reason. That too is because we're Africans. If you show everybody that you're a millionaire, chances are that maybe your money would come to disappear. But we do have millionaires in this hall. We have doctors in this hall.
Yes.
We have CEOs in this
Yes.
hall. We have great people in this hall. We have philanthropists in this hall. We have amazing people in this hall. So basically, I have nothing to teach them. You understand what I'm saying? They can decide that I have nothing to teach them because I don't have anything that they don't have. But they took the time to come here. So you have that category of people who believe that learning never stops. Learning never stops. I can learn from somebody who is smaller than I am. I can in fact learn from anyone. And even if they come here and they know more than all of us, they would like to share that with the people of their community so that we too, we can do what? Achieve our American dream.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Can somebody put their hands together for those people who took their time to come here and talk to everyone and share their story and share their experience and tell you that, you know what? It is possible.
Yes, it is.
And yes, you can. That's the first category of people that we have here tonight. Those people who don't think, oh, because I'm a CEO, I know it all, I've achieved my dreams, what is she going to teach me? And I'm not kidding you, this is the answer that I got from some people that I invited. And to tell you the truth, I was just inviting them. I did not ask them to pay for their ticket. But they told me, oh, you know, Lisa, I've already achieved my American dream. God bless you, go and teach other people how to achieve their American dream. My friend right here, him and I, we've been MCs in the United States. I call him, I said, you're my partner. If I do something, I want you to be there. He said, you don't need to tell me, I will be there. I sent him his invitation, and he showed up today, and he said, this is my payment for your event. And I'm so touched because you did not have to pay. I was inviting you. How many people like him? Can we put our hands together? So you have people who are here tonight because they want to support the vision. Because they think our community needs this. You have people here tonight because they want to support this. And the other category of people that I have here, it's people who believe that there are things that they need to do in order to achieve their American dream. They got to a level where they gained conscience, they became aware that there are things that I need to know, to learn. That if I go to a seminar like this one, I'm going to come out of it equipped.
Yes.
After listening to Mrs. Opani, is there somebody who believes that the American dream is possible?
Yes,
After
absolutely.
listening to Mrs. Uche tell you about her fourth business, which is her catering business, when in fact she arrived here years back and she went through difficult times, do you believe that your American dream is
Absolutely.
possible? When you
Yes.
listen to Mr. Momaso, who traveled from Pennsylvania to come here for this event, free of charge. Like, he did not ask me to pay him to come and talk to you, but he's here tonight. Do you believe that the American dream is possible?
Yes.
Somebody?
Yes.
When you look at Dr. Madison, who left Marquette in Michigan, and he is a very busy man. In fact, he mentors hundreds of people around the world, in Cameroon, in Africa in general, in Europe, here in the United States. And he left all of that. And he prepared the presentation, and he came and sat here all day so that he can share his experience with you. And we're going to do the life coaching in a few minutes, and he's going to take questions, and we're going to help those that we can help, so that what? All of us, we can do what? Achieve our American dream. Isn't that what we should be doing as a community in order to better ourselves, in order to challenge those people that offered us a piece of their land? They did not have to. But while we're here, why take it for granted when we can actually make the best of it? And then make this country great. Go back and make our own countries great. Make the people around us great. Make the people around the world great. Why are we sitting here and taking this country for granted? A land of opportunities. This is the reason why we have keywords for success. It is not because I am rich. It is not because I've done it all and I'm so successful. It is because I believe that the little that I know, every single time you have that personality, every single time that I learn something new about how you can easily buy a house, about how you can easily start a business, about how you can easily do this, I run to my page, Coach Lisa Prudy, and I hit live video button, and I begin to talk to everyone. This is how you do it. I remember the people around me when I started a business, my beauty salon, and I was writing on my page that I'm offering free rides to customers to come to my salon. Somebody asked me, are you sure you want to say that because you're giving out your secret, and now every other business salon out there, they're going to know how you get customers, and they're going to steal that from you? I said, no, they can now steal that from me. God showed me that this is a way, because there are people who want to come to the salon, but they don't have a ride. You know who usually go do braiding? Mr. Momaso was talking about braiding. Those who do braiding sometimes are those ladies, they're getting child support, or they're getting this, and only the boyfriend is taking them to the salon, or someone else. They don't actually have a ride. Instead of them being in the train or the metro or the bus, how about I take $10 out of their $180 and pay for their transportation, and be sure that they're sitting in a car and that they're coming to my salon. I took my live video, I sat there, and I told everybody, this is how I do it. That did not kill my business. This is what we should be doing as a community. I tell everyone else what I learn as I go. Not because I know it all and I've gone, no. My goal, I just turned 38. My goal is to become a millionaire by the time I turn 40. And to answer my friend from London, Linda from London, which currency is to become a millionaire in dollars by the time I turn 40. And I have my pen and my paper sitting on my nightstand, and every single time that I have an idea that drops, like Mrs. Uche said, I'm writing it down. Why? Because I have a roadmap to get to that level. So everybody here today, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because there is no words that can tell you the kind of gratitude that I have that you are here today. It is not because I'm better than you, but it's because you love me, and I love you back. I love you back. So we move forward. From the video that we just watched, we saw that the lady didn't have her baby. She didn't have any arms, nothing. But we saw that she's married. We saw that she has a baby. Did we see her at one point crying?
No.
Did we see her at one point blaming the world and blaming God and complaining? Like I think Mrs. Bridget or someone said, she did not complain. It was my daughter. She doesn't complain. That is what I'm talking about. So when you watch a video like this, you have to know that you have to appreciate what you have. Because guess what? Dr. Madison said, oh, I came from this little village and I only had, he said rubber shoes, but Dr. Madison, I'm not sure that you actually wore those rubber shoes because the real name of those shoes is champ shoes. If you actually wore them. You actually forgot the name. Because the name is Bata. It's Bata. Huh? It's Bata and it's champ shoes. And you know what? Me too, I wore the champ shoes. And when I wore my champ shoes, I would wear my mini skirt and I would look sharp, clean, younger, and I would have my champ shoes and I'm fine. But what I was appreciating was the fact that, you know what, at least I'm standing, I can walk, I can go to school, I have my parents, you know, I can breathe. You have to appreciate what you have. Instead of sitting here, like Mrs. Uche said, and you're sleeping on somebody's Instagram page, and you're dreaming over her Chanel bag, and her Louis Vuitton shoes, and her Yves Saint Laurent, whatever, and she's sleeping. I saw people fighting on Facebook a few days ago because two ladies went to the best hotel in Dubai, and the other lady who was in competition, all these people, you Instagrammers, she wanted to also go to that same hotel to show that I can actually go there too. And she went there and she was taking a bath just to show. Instead of you going to sleep on those pages and be frustrated, appreciate what you have. Don't worry, don't complain about what you cannot change. I cannot change the fact that I was born in the poorest family of a poor village. And I had to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and help my mother prepare the flour for puff puff. So I was a beignet haricot seller. And beignet haricot is a very, very iconic food dish, secret delicacy in my country, Cameroon. For you to know that you actually ate Cameroonian food, you have to eat beignet haricot and you have to add bouillie to it. So that's what my mother was making every day, and I had to wake up early to help her out. Can I change who my mother is? Can I change where I was born? Can I change that neighborhood where I was born and where I grew up? I cannot change that. So I'm not going to complain. Pourquoi je suis même Camerounaise? Why am I even from Buddha? Why am I even from this poor family? I'm just going to go and get an adopted rich family somewhere. No, don't complain about what you cannot change. Change what you can change. And what is there that you can change. You saw the things that you can change. Mr. Mamaso showed you the things you can change. You can decide to have a business now. You look at the 4 quadrants. You can be an employee today. And after this meeting, this seminar today, you can decide, I'm going to start that business that I've been thinking about because all that depends on who? On me. Those are the things that I can change. And those are the things that matter. Can everybody hear me fine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So expect but disregard the naysayers. Why? Because there are many of them. In fact, there are usually more naysayers than the people who support you. But guess what? I think it's Dr. Madison or someone who said that we need all those people in order to be successful.
Yes.
And in fact, that last category is the most important category to me. If there are people that actually made me who I am today, it's those people, it's the naysayers. There is an African lady from my country who took upon herself one day to go on Facebook and create a fake profile and wrote there that I live in a very dangerous and poor neighborhood in the United States, and I'm standing on live video on Facebook trying to teach people how to be successful. Who am I to even talk about success? Staying in that poor neighborhood called Lanham at the time, and she called that the Mabanda of Maryland. Mabanda in the country where I come from, in Douala. Mabanda is slums. Thank you. It's the kind of place where, you know, when you're sleeping at night, you don't know if you're going to wake up in the house, inside the house, or on your bed, but outside, you know, underwater somewhere, right? So that's the kind of that's the kind of neighborhood that Nabanda is. So that lady went and wrote a whole post and created a whole profile just for me to attack me. And the same lady said she's driving this old Mercedes Benz that the American no longer wants in their countries. And the same lady said, she was divorced once and she had 3, she even gave me an extra child. I have 3 kids, so I'm hoping to have the 4th one. You know when people want to talk about your story, right? They don't even know what they're talking about, but they're trying to talk. So she said, well, she has 4 kids and she's now married to this man that she went and bought in Russia. I'm using her words, like I'm being serious. She went to, you know how Americans say, it's always a story about Russia and America. So for some reason, she needed to really add Russia into it. Whenever you see Russia in something, oh, Jesus Christ. But anyway, the lady put it, she had to travel and go to Russia and buy a husband there, and then came back to the United States, and they're here scamming people. And so that she took her time to write a whole story about me, my people. This is not an American lady. This is not a white person. Why do we hate white people? Why do we think they are our problem? We have to wake up and understand our problem is ourselves, people.
That's right.
For somebody to come and take your brother and make him a slave, you're going to have to sell your brother up to that person. Can we commit ourselves to not be the people that sell off their own brothers? The same person went and created an account on Google and wrote a review on my company. Each one of you, if you Google Bridge Lingual, my language company, you're going to see a review on Google about someone who says that I took her sister to the to the judge. And when I went there, whatever the judge was saying, I was interpreting. I'm an interpreter for those who don't know. I was interpreting, I was saying something else and adding things up. And finally, the judge did not grant the papers to the person because of me. And you know what? I have never been in front of an immigration judge. In order for that to happen, I have a master's degree in translation studies from New York University, and I've been interpreting for 10 years, but I've never been in front of an immigration judge. For that to happen, you have to go sit down and take an exam in Maryland court or something that I've never found time to do. But somebody found time to go and cook up a story and wrote that online about me. But you know what? I sat down and I said to myself, I cannot change the fact that they're going to be haters, but I'm going to sit down to give them more work. I'm going to put them at work.
Yes.
Because they seem to be so lazy and they have nothing to do with their life.
That's right.
They want to be busy. I'm going to make them busy. I'm going to keep them busy. In French, we say, on va te mettre au travail. Yeah, j'ai décidé de les mettre au travail. Somebody is taking a video now. I know they're going to watch this video, although they didn't come here because they want to know what happened here. But guess what? I'm going to put you to work if you're watching this video. So that same lady, when she said that about me, I said, well, what was my dream car again? Well, I love Mercedes so much, but since my Mercedes is so old, somebody just reminded me how old my Mercedes is. So what should be the next one? So I sat down and I designed the car that I want. She gave me an extra child, so I have 4 kids now in her mind. So let's add that 4th kid. That means my car is not good, it's not big enough now for 4 children and myself and the husband that I bought and all of those. So let's go ahead and just buy another car. But in order to buy another car, you have to work more, you have to do more. And that is how I ended up buying the car of my dreams, the Mercedes GL, 7-seaters, everybody. The 4th kid is yet to come, but there's already a seat and a car seat waiting for that child. 4 keys to turn your past pains into your future gains. What are some of the most common pains that we have experienced? What is the most common pain that you guys know about somebody? That pain that you feel and you feel like you can't do anything anymore, you want to die, you don't want to live anymore, mama.
Lost the love of your life.
Some people have lost their husband and they lost it. It was so hard to go through that. I have people here in the hall today, they lost their mom, and I've been coaching them to actually go through that painful process. It is hard. The loss of a loved one. Humiliation. Anybody here has ever been humiliated? When somebody goes online and writes the story of your life, adding her salt and pepper and all the Nigerian pepper and added all the ingredients in her mind, that's humiliation. But guess what? My family, people in my family, they were shaking. My mother was like, why would somebody do this to you? Oh my God. And all of that. And I was like, you know what? Je suis zen. Je vais les mettre au travail. I'm going to put them to work. Betrayal. Have you ever been betrayed? I want to see hands.
Don't talk about me.
Hey, Jesus, your own is bad. I'm not going to talk about yourself. Ever been betrayed? I want the microphone to go to one person about a betrayal, please. My sister, you want to talk about a betrayal? Have you ever been betrayed? Please, just tell us about that betrayal. I am telling you, your life can turn around like that just because somebody has betrayed you and you think that this is it for you. You just want to kill yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Margaret Baraimo. I don't know what to really say about betrayal other than you just have to leave it to God, because you go through a range of emotions from rage to feeling homicidal, meaning that you want to hurt the person, you want to attack the person, you want to revenge. But at the end of the day, you just depend upon your faith level and your personality. You just have to let go and let God take over the situation. Yesterday, funny enough, not to monopolize your flow, I was talking to a gentleman about forgiveness. And I won't lie, I'm not a person that, leans on the side of forgiveness. But at the end of the day, that's what you have to do in order to have peace in your life. So, yeah, betrayal runs deep. Somebody talks about you, somebody that you've invested in, number one, either financially, or somebody that you've given of your time to, somebody that you've poured into, somebody that you try to uplift, someone that you've defended, somebody that you protected, and then they turn around because of jealousy or envy, and worse above it, insecurity. They turn around and they pull out the daggers and they stab you. Instead of elevating themselves, what they chose to do is try to break you down. You understand? So I'm not going to monopolize your time. There'll be another time. But I just want to say it was God that gave you the grace to forgive the person, but not to refriend them. Hello, I'm a very loyal person. I just want to make this point. If somebody hurts you, yes, ask God for the grace to forgive them. But based on their offense, will determine if you're going to refriend them. And for that person, I chose not to. But I give God the glory. I have peace of mind. Thank you.
Thank you. In my case, are there ladies in the house?
Yes.
We have ladies in the house. Ladies, are you here?
Yes, we're here.
Ladies, are you here?
Yes.
Ever have that friend, that sister, that cousin that sees that only what you have is what she wants?
Yes.
Like, out of all the men out there, it's that one that you're with. That is the one. You know the kind of person that you sleep with. At the time, I did not even have a bed. I didn't have the luxury of a bed. I was sleeping on a mattress at the time, and this family member of mine was sharing that mattress with me, and I was paying for her studies. I was clothing her. When I go out there and I get business cards, I'll come home and I'll give her those business cards. I'll say, if you want to go look for a job, this is the way to do it. When I go for an interview, this is what I do. I shared everything that you could possibly share with somebody. At the time in Cameroon, they had what they call yellow night. When you're on the phone from 10 p.m. or I don't know what time, you can speak until tomorrow. Unfortunately, if you're sharing a room with someone, that person probably is listening to you.